Hi, this is Lisa. Thank you for joining me. For this project, I'm going to use the Cheerful Seasons Cricut Cartridge for creative memories, and I'm going to do the Snapshot die cut. The Snapshot die cut has 3 pieces to it. It's got a shadow. It has the rectangle that shows behind the cutout, so it's actually the words. And it has a top layer, which looks pretty detailed. It's going to have, say, snapshots with brackets around it. So I'm doing a page with the apple border for the accent. So I'm going to use the base to be the green apple. I'm going to have the snapshot words, you know, what shows behind, to be yellow. So it will really show, be really bright. And the top will be this red. My mat is getting older, so I'm using the top layer here to really push down my papers and make sure they stick. Whoops. Okay. And I am ready to feed it into the machine. Load mat. Okay, and how about a close-up? Reset all. So now my flip is gone from my last video. Okay, I want this to be about 2.5 to 2 inches wide. So I put it last on my mat. And here's my trick. This is the 3-inch piece of paper. Move you down a little bit. This is 3 inches, this is 3 inches, this is 3 inches. So if I want it to be 2.5 or less, if it doesn't fit on there, I'm going to know pretty quick without even having to cut. Okay, this is basic font shadow. So I'm going to look on my Cricut. Basic font shadow. It's in the first column, the second button down. And then there's no shift for this. It's just hitting the Swirl 6. And this is on the bottom row, right here. Okay, that looks like what I expect. Let's go ahead and try to cut. Will not fit. Swirl 6 and cut. Okay, so we'll cut it 2 1/4. Oh, I have my decorations back in my paper. Okay, that's way bigger than I wanted. So I'm going to put it back in. That is just way bigger than I wanted. And now I'm inside the previous cut. I'm going to go to 1.5 inches. I'm going to press Swirl 6 and cut. That is what I had in mind. So let me unload. Here's my original paper. Here's the 2.5-inch cut. All that and more. And that's about the size I wanted. Let me go check my page and I'll be right back. Well, for my second step, I'm going to cut snapshots because now I've gotten my size dial, 1.5 inches, and I want to make sure this is going to cut okay because look at all the detail in there. So I've got a photo paper. It's now 3 inches wide by 6 inches long. And I did want to show, I have my scrap from the shadow piece. Now the shadow does fit on here, but just barely. And I'm expecting this to be a little bit smaller than the shadow, obviously, but I'm going to have to be really careful to get really close to the beginning of my paper because I don't have a lot of spare room. So I'm really close to that edge. Okay, I'm going to need basic font, which is the second column, the first button. I'm going to have to shift and Swirl 6. Okay, and I can see the word snapshots on there. Let's go ahead and cut it. And if you're ever worried about your paper, you can keep holding it down. Oh, that just makes it on. Because look at this. I don't know if you can see this. Look how close. I mean, very efficient, but boy, that would be really easy to mess up, wouldn't it? Now, the detail actually looks really good. It looks good at 1.5 inches. I'm really happy about that. You could go lower with this. You could cut this at a lower style and have a really nice cut. Despite the detail, that is just stinking cute. But there's one more step to do. That's to make the words behind there yellow. So let me go ahead and do that middle layer. I'm going to reset all. Nope, display last. Reset all.
I'm going to load my mat back.
This again is the basic font key, Swirl 6. But this time I did not shift it. So this took a shift, and this would not, it's just a rectangle. Let's go ahead and cut it. Sorry about the knocking, that is Jackie. You can hear her. She's had a tough morning trying to keep up with the people. And let's see how this is going to go together. That is the smallest shadow known to man. Well, thanks for joining me and have a great day.